Hi, lovelies. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Sarah Martucci. I'm a psychic medium, certified crystal healer, paranormal investigator, Sasquatch enthusiast, jewelry maker, Reiki 1 practitioner, also known as the Duchess of Donuts, and the Cuss Mouth Angel. Welcome, y'all. If you've never been here before, this is where I talk a little bit about some astrofuckery for the week ahead, and then I pull 3 piles of cards. You pick any and all that you're drawn towards, and then I talk about what I think that card pull means for you in this week. All right, you guys, let's fucking get into it. Listen, we are officially in Aquarius season. It is really, truly, anytime we get into Aquarius season, it's about thinking outside of the box. It's about maybe even reinventing the way that we've been looking at stuff and communicating about things. Maybe right now there's a larger focus because Aquarius also stands for this, the group at large. Not great on one-on-ones. This is really more about like, how do I help a certain group, a certain organization, very big into activism. Also too, Aquarians love any and all new tech. Do not be surprised this week or during Aquarius season if we start to have like more tech stuff coming up. If you feel like you want to start buying the new tech pieces, usually this is the time when these things are being brought into the world. People are talking about it, even upgrades to the tech that we have. Now, would I recommend it still during Mercury retrograde? Absolutely not. Please don't do that. Wait till it's fucking over at the beginning of February, and then we can start buying this new tech that's like so exciting. But again, don't be surprised when those themes are coming up. But really, I think this is a good week to kind of challenge mentally, where am I? Am I considering every single moving bit and piece that goes into the things that I'm doing, the things that I'm talking about? Do I feel amped up about a certain situation? Do I feel like I need to stand up for a larger group of people or to speak up for those around me? How am I interacting with the community at large? And what does my friend group look like? So I think that there's some interesting things at play this week and during Aquarius season. Whatever you do, don't box yourself in. Whatever the fuck you do, don't try to hold yourself down, box yourself in, try to keep yourself safe or keep yourself in a space where you can't grow and learn and really kind of just spread your fucking wings. So the worst thing that you can do right now is clip yourself and to stay still and to not look at things from a higher perspective. Really kind of, I want to say Aquarians too have this way of being a little calm, cool, collected, and detached emotionally, which to some people may seem cold, but really for them, they're getting a wider view. They're standing back for a second so that they can truly take in all the working pieces that are happening here. So how do we do that this week? Challenge yourself. If you feel like you got something pegged, step back for a second and really wait until all that information comes in. Because guys, with Mercury still retrograde, we don't have all the working pieces here. So at least there is some good news. On the 29th, Venus will be going direct, still in the sign of Capricorn. So, and I think Venus will be in Capricorn, I think until some point in March. So this has been a very long Venus retrograde period, Venus being in Capricorn for an extended period of time. But I really think, guys, that it's helping us, or I think that this Venus retrograde, and we're going to be, again, wrapping it up this week, has really kind of taught us what we valued, what's most important to us, what's solid, really, truly, what we value, what is worth investing in. Interesting. So see how these themes are coming up for you. What are they saying to you? What are they pointing towards? And how has this Venus retrograde also clarified for you what you actually value as well? All right. Well, with all that being said, also too, next week we're going to have a new moon coming up, so let's get prepped for that. But at least in the meantime, listen to what this Venus retrograde's been telling you. What do you value now? What really has importance to you? What do you feel has the ability to go the distance? Because Venus in Capricorn is not going to put her time, energy, and money into something that does not make fucking sense. And so that means like looking at people's actions. What are they actually doing? With an earth element here, I need to see it, taste it, touch it, smell it to know that it's real and it's tangible. So make sure whatever we've decided here actually has tangible results, or we can actually quantify something that's going on here. Again, that we find value around. Trust yourself forever and always. All right, enough of this astro fucking fuckery. If you guys are interested, follow me to the next screen. I'll be pulling 3 piles of cards. Pick any and all that you're drawn to. And then you'll find my interpretations for each card pile after that. See you guys in a sec. All right, you guys, and if you picked card pile number 1, here's your beautiful cards. Your very first card is the 8 of Wands. Next card is the King of Swords. And the final card in the pool is the 4 of Coins. I want to say quick and easy, dirty, quick and down, and easy reading. We're finding clarity around an authority figure. We're finding clarity around wise counsel, around what we should be investing in. I want to say if this has to do with a love relationship, look at their actions. Look at their actions, and maybe this Mercury and Venus retrograde really gave you the clarity, gave you the wise counsel that you needed to make an important decision around a male figure here that we're considering planning our life with going forward, or investing our time and energy. Is this person actually worth it? I want to say being a king, this is actually a positive thing, but don't expect this person to be very emotional or very touchy-feely. The King of Swords is very logical, practical, grounded, emotionally kind of detached, or is kind of known to be that way, but gives great advice, is really intelligent, very, very smart, and I want to say is great with the information. They just always know the right thing to say, or they always have the piece of information that you need. This would be a great person that would be a good connector between other people too. So I want to say in terms of business, maybe we're going to the bank this week. We're looking for a loan. We're looking to maybe even invest our money into something, or maybe it's our own business here. So just pay attention to these important male figures showing up for you this week. Is this somebody that I can trust? Is this somebody that can actually help me, maybe even to decipher or to understand where do I put my time, my energy, and my money? So if you're looking for wise counsel, maybe ask a good father figure, ask a good friend. Just know that whatever we're putting our money into now with the 4 of Coins, this is really truly for the long haul. What is worth investing in? What is worth my time, my energy, and my money? And if the actions and the words line up, 2 thumbs up, move forward. If they don't, step back, reassess, and watch this person more. I do want to say this is a pretty good card pool. So whatever information also we've been looking for, maybe we haven't been able to find it this week, we should find it around this important male figure. So just know whatever we've been searching for information-wise should be showing up here ASAP. Be careful where we're planning, where we're putting our time, energy, and money. Make sure everything makes sense and it's lined up. And if you need good advice, that important male figure should be showing up this week to help give you the last piece of information that you need in order to move forward. You got this. All right, and if you picked card pile number 2, here's your beautiful cards. Your very first one is the Ace of Wands. Your second card is the 6 of Swords. And the final card you pulled is the 5 of Swords. So let's talk about it. So I want to say with all these wands and swords, and especially with the Ace of Wands showing up here, this is like bold ventures. This is like a new beginning, new energy here. And I want to say with the 6 of Swords, this is like usually cutting ourselves free from something in order to be victorious or be successful. We've got to cut ourselves free from something mentally here that's been holding us back. I usually see this card as like this being a journey or being a process in order to do that, as well as talking about like possibly even here forgiveness or optimism being brought into the situation in order to get this new idea off the fucking ground. Now, what's really interesting is the 5 of Swords attached to this. The 5 of Swords can either talk about like determination or self-destruction. So maybe there's a question here around, is this new beginning really a good idea? What is this really truly rooted in? Is this journey going to be worth it? I want to say in terms of work or projects here, this might take grand effort in order to make this thing happen. Maybe we've got to put some more optimism into it, or recognize maybe we're playing psychic here around something. We want to take off with this new idea, but we don't know how to, and we just keep seeing things failing. Stop that for a fucking second. Have some hope and some optimism around this, and recognize that maybe we got to let go of like a repeating pattern mentally that is maybe self-destructive here. So if we want to move forward, we're going to have to do some work around this. Now, this is around a love relationship. The Ace of, Wands showing up here is like, this is a new beginning. This is hot shit. I mean, for real. I'm not going to tell you all the interpretations of the Ace of Wands, but you can imagine. It's a very phallic card. So sex here is great. Desire here. Man, this is like passion. Something new. A new flame has emerged. Maybe we need forgiveness with the Six of Swords here in order to move forward with this relationship. And we need to make sure these next steps. Is this determination to make this work, or is this self-destruction? So we really need to understand, is this situation in terms of love, is this is this love, or is this toxic? What truly is it this week? And I think with all these swords here, we're really going to have to pay attention to our mental space. Maybe the stories that we're telling ourselves, is forgiveness needed here, or hope and optimism? What is it really being called for here? So I want to say also too with these cards, find some clarity. Also too, where's your desire taking you? Is your desire the only thing that you're listening to? We need to mix the head with the heart this week and find clarity around, is what I'm pursuing going to blow all my shit up, or is this actually going to heal me and help get me forward? Question marks. Be wise this week. And finally, if you guys pick card pile number 3, here's your beautiful cards. Your first one is the Ten of Wands. Second card is the Knight of Coins. And finally, the final card you pulled is the Ten of Cups. So let's talk about it. Listen, guys, with the Ten of Wands showing up here, this feels like burden. This feels like betrayal. This feels like hopelessness. This just feels like you are fucking weighed down. Shit is too much right now. And somehow this is connected with the Knight of Coins to maybe how we're trying to be responsible in the world. Or maybe how we're trying to show up and do the right thing. It just feels like this has become a burden, or this responsibility is just weighing so fucking heavy. I don't know what to do with myself. Now, what's interesting is both of these cards, even though they both technically look towards the right, which talks about the past. So I don't think that this is a new situation occurring this week. I think this is something that's been going on. Man, the Ten of Cups showing up is like all you want with those cards looking at. All I want is happiness, contentment, ease, bliss, true love, true connection. Something here just feels like, I'm not telling you to not be responsible, but maybe let's look at our responsibilities and let's make sure, like, should I be carrying all this myself? Should I be sharing this with another person? Should this all be just on my shoulders? This just feels like too much to carry all by yourself. It is a literal burden, and it has to do something around our responsibilities, maybe what we're responsible for, maybe something that we made a promise around. Whatever we've taken on here has literally become a burden when all you really want is happiness, contentment, ease, bliss, and joy. So how do we do that this week? How do we move towards that? I think this really has to do with stepping back for a second, maybe delegating some issues here. If we've got too much on our plate, how can we ask for, and especially with the Knight of Coins here, maybe our resources? Who can we call upon in order to help us to carry some of this BS that's going on? Maybe we lost someone, or maybe there was a fight here and we lost a friend, or we really lost a really important relationship, or that could just be the feeling of it right now. But listen, the Knight of Coins is like, we still have to take care of our responsibilities. We still have to take care of what's important here, take care of those around us. I find that a lot of times coins or the earth element also talks about family. So maybe there's a big burden this week with family. All we want is happiness and peace, but it just keeps coming back to this BS and this crap. There's nothing new going on here. So I do want to say, if this is dealing with a person and you just feel overburdened, overwhelmed by it, may I remind you, or maybe, and this may be an easy thing for me to say, but this person has been doing what they've always been doing. Nothing here should be surprising. How do we maybe step back for a second and just focus on what our sole responsibilities are? Just taking care of ourselves. Where's my responsibility here? I want to say with card pile number 3 this week. Where does it belong? May it always be with yourself and taking care of yourself and taking care of your needs. And especially if you want to get to that joy and that happiness, that ease and that bliss, and specifically with cups here around our relationships, we're going to have to do something different this week. So how do we share responsibility? How do we take care of our family and maybe take care of whatever else is going on here? Not doing it by ourselves. Now, if there was a betrayal here in some way, shape, or form, be good to yourself. Be responsible with yourself and tell yourself the truth, even if you can't get it from another person. Maybe this is about leaving a situation behind and being responsible just for you so that you can find contentment and peace again. But I think overall, with these three card pool and the card pile number 3, this just feels like I'm carrying too much. I need help carrying it. It's time now to call upon my resources. And I really want to say there's some feeling with these cards too, like maybe you just need to speak on something. Maybe something's been weighing heavy on your heart and you just need to speak on the subject. So speak on the subject this week. Be responsible around your feelings. Don't internalize it and let it break you down, because you could actually be getting help right now. Or maybe the other person would understand and you're not giving them the opportunity in order to do that. So if you want that joy, you want that contentment, you want that bliss, and especially emotionally here with the cups and about relationships, you're going to have to be vulnerable in some way, shape, or form. You don't have to carry this all by yourself, and quit doing that shit. It's a trauma response. Because previously you probably did have to take care of everything yourself. But if you want the relationships that you're looking for this week and they're not panning out the way that you want, it's time to be vulnerable. Speak on it. Share the responsibility. Share your heart. Share what you value here so that the other person can help or people can show up for you. Thank you. All right, middle fingers for no, caw for yes. I hope this resonated for you guys. I love you guys. I'm glad that I'm back. I had a great time in Portland. We'll talk about it, I'm sure, at the Messages of Hope, either on Friday or Saturday. I can't wait to see you guys. If you need anything, don't be afraid to get a hold of me. All right, let me know how the card pile was for you. Again, middle fingers for no, caw for yes. Let us know. I love you guys, and I'll talk with you soon. Bye.